3. Honesty is the best policy. In the second grade, I had only 4 classes. I was always home by 12:30 in the afternoon, and the house was almost always empty. One day, I had nothing to do and nobody was at home. I thought my mother had probably gone shopping somewhere to treat the family to a special dinner. While I was changing my clothes, an idea came to me. I decided to do something good for my mother. I'll surprise her by cleaning the house while she was away. So I started cleaning the rooms, whistling and humming as I worked. First, I put on a handkerchief around my head. Then I started dusting here and there, brandishing the duster widely. Suddenly, I heard a terrible crack. A vase had fallen off the shelf and broken into pieces on the floor. For a while, I stood in shock, not knowing what to do. It was a precious, expensive vase given to my mother by a friend for her wedding anniversary a long time before. I had often seen her admiring it, and now it lay broken on the floor. What a terrible mistake I had made. Then a voice in my head said, "What are you going to do? Your mother will be very angry when she finds out. Why don't you leave the broken vase there and pretend that you didn't do it? Run, run away now." So I ran out of the house and strolled about the street until late that evening. Then I hurried back home with butterflies in my stomach. My mother and grandmother were in the living room, anxiously waiting for me. When they asked me where I had been, I burst into tears. I sobbed and told the whole truth, and immediately felt more at ease. My mother held my hand softly and said, "So you tried to help me with the cleaning. Now, don't worry, dear. The vase is nothing compared to your kind heart." My grandmother said calmly, "I put your honesty above everything else. Honesty is the best policy. Everyone makes mistakes at times, but their mistakes can make them better people if they learn from them." On hearing their kind, loving words, I shed tears of gratitude. Although at the time I thought that running away from the scene would be the best thing to do, I was wrong. I'm glad that I decided to tell the truth instead of attempting to deceive my family. It was easy to repair the vase, but it would have been difficult to repair my relationship with my family if I had lied. When my mother had glued the broken vase together almost perfectly and set it back on the living room shelf, she told me, "There was a time in history when a man was considered handsome if his face was laced with dueling scars. Our vase is more meaningful to you and me because it has many scars. I will put it back where it was so that we can see it more often." When I walked in and out of that room, I never looked at that vase without remembering my lesson. Honesty is the best policy.